Hey everyone, it's Nizam here from mhu.com. In this quick video, I just want to share with you what I've learned from this new course that I've just purchased. It is called 67 Steps, and I'm just going to share with you the first step. I really believe that it's really good. It could help you to understand better in trying to achieve and have a better life, having a great life. You see, this first step is very, very crucial. You see, this is the first thing that you need to understand before trying to acquire other skills, trying to learn, to acquire other knowledge in order to achieve a better life, okay, or improve your life. So, what I've learned from the 67 steps. Now, this course is actually by Tai Lopez. Okay, he's a millionaire, multi-millionaire, and he shared on his first step is that there is this one quote, a very famous quote. You see, it's actually by Charlie Munger. Now, Charlie Munger is actually vice president of Berkshire Hathaway. You see, he is also a partner of Warren Buffett, the billionaire. Okay, so what Charlie Munger said in his book, in order to get what you want, you need to deserve what you want. Because the world is not yet a crazy enough place to reward a whole bunch of undeserving people. You see, it's very, very deep here. That this is the only thing that you need to understand. If you can understand this sentence, you won't moan, you won't lament over things. You won't be the victim, like most people do. They always think that they are always a victim of circumstances. You see, I cannot do that, I cannot be like that, I cannot achieve this, I cannot achieve that simply because I don't have enough money, simply because I don't have big capital, simply because I'm not a rich son, simply because I'm sick, I have a bad disease, I have a serious disease, and simply because I'm in jail or I'm in hospital. You see, they give a lot of reasons, you see, simply because my house is flooded, simply because my area, there's a hurricane hit my area and everything is damaged and I just couldn't do anything about it. And thus I can't achieve. So most people used to have this kind of mindset of having this a victim kind of mindset. They always reason with things, you see. But what about this sentence here? What about this quote of, in order for us to get something, we need to deserve, because the world is not a crazy enough place to reward a whole bunch of undeserving people. Now, let me take one example here. Okay, if let's say you want to lose 100 pounds, okay, you can't be losing it if you don't deserve it. You can't be losing it if you don't take enough protein, if you don't reduce your sugar intake per day, if you don't reduce your carb intake per day, and if you still keep on eating McDonald's, Kentucky, you see, if you still keep on taking processed food, you don't expect yourself to lose 100 pounds. And you don't even exercise for 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours a day. You don't even do cardio a day, or at least 3-4 times a week. You don't expect yourself to lose 100 pounds because you just don't deserve it. You see? So in order for you to lose 100 pounds, you need to lose 100 pounds, because you won't be able to just relax sitting in front of the TV while eating popcorns and expect yourself to lose 100 pounds. Same goes with money. You see? You don't expect yourself to earn more if you don't increase your knowledge, the right knowledge to earn more. You see? Because if you were to have, let's say, 100 ringgit in your $100 in your pocket, you see, if you were to have only 100, you don't expect yourself to have more. You don't hate it. You don't think negative over it. The fact that you understand that you don't deserve it. Simply because money represents reciprocal altruism. Okay? If you don't do enough to the world, if you don't add values to enough people in this world, now how can you expect that $100 to increase? Okay? You can talk about, you can look at some billionaires. Yeah, for instance, Bill Gates, he has like 50, 60 billions. You can look at him and, okay, you can reason out whatever things that are, or you can envy him. But the fact that you need to understand is why he's there, why he's getting what he gets. It's because he adds immense value to the world. Now ask yourself, what values have I given to the world? What values have I added to the world in order to achieve my goal, in order to get what I want? It is a matter of understanding that value. The more values you add to the world, then the more you will earn. Okay? The more you work things out, the more you exercise a day, the more you refrain yourself from taking processed food, carbs, and all other unhealthy stuff in order for you to maintain your health and to lose weight, then the more you deserve what you're aiming for. It is just that simple. So at least in this video, you understand what Charlie Munger has said in his book, that in order to get what you want, you need to deserve what you want, because the world is not a crazy enough place to reward a whole bunch of undeserving people. So you have to earn it. No shortcuts. Okay? Because a lot of people always play a victim. Okay? They always approach the world in a, they always think of it as a lottery approach. They always want to get a shortcut. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with trying to find shortcuts. But you have to do it the right way. Learn from other people's failures so that it doesn't take long for you to achieve your goals. But you have to understand that the more you want something, you have to understand that the more you have to increase your deserving factor. Take for example, if you were to work at McDonald's or Starbucks. Now you maybe get $5 to $10 per hour, you see. But of course, you can't compare yourself with someone who adds even more values. You can't compare yourself, if you were to work in McDonald's, you can't compare yourself to a surgeon. Because the level of work, the level of hardness, the level of difficulties is totally different. You can't compare someone who just presses buttons to someone who's doing something even more, dealing with other people's lives. Of course, he deserves more, and in the end, he earns more. So that's why you have to know that if you can increase your deserving factor, increase your knowledge with the right strategies and taking the right actions, and that's how you can get what you want. No matter how small it is or no matter how big it is, you can always get what you want if you increase your deserving factor. And don't get me wrong, it is not always about becoming smarter. It is not always about getting straight A's. It is not always about I have to be genius. I have to increase my IQ level. I have to be good at maths in order to be wealthy. It's not always about that. You have a series of intangible things that you need to have in order to get what you want. But the very first thing that you need to have, that very first intangible thing that you need to have if you want to get what you want, start getting list of things that you want, you need to have this one thing. At least at the end of this video, you will understand that if I have this, and if my employees have this, if my team have this, then I will get what I want sooner, faster than I can ever think. And that only intangible thing is awareness. You don't take your subordinate, you don't hire people by their IQ. That's not the top most thing that you have to consider. That's not the main requirement. The main requirement, if you want to gauge someone's ability to help you out in achieving your dreams, is their level of awareness in life. Because most people are not aware of a lot of things. They keep on wondering. Okay? They keep on wonder and wonder and wonder. Okay? So if you want to be good at something, if you want to achieve something greatly, you need to increase the level of awareness that you have, and then help your team or your employees, if you have a company, to increase their level of awareness, not their level of IQ. That is secondary. The level of awareness is what will take you to achieve your dreams soon that you can ever think. Okay? So you need to be aware of things that most people are not aware of. You see? Then only you will have the right knowledge. Then only you will have the right strategies to execute and to take that massive actions consistently in order to get what you want, no matter how big it is. You see? In order to scale up, in order to do the right way of doing advertising, online marketing, in order to lose weight, in order to have a happy life, in order to have a better relationship with your spouse, with your family, you need to deserve it. You need to take action based on your deserving factor. Now, how to increase that deserving factor? Increase your level of awareness in life. Then you know what are the knowledge, the right knowledge that you need to acquire. Every day you need to learn new things, but not just anything. You see? Not just anything. So if you can increase the level of awareness that you have, then you will increase your deserving factor, like what I've said earlier about someone who works in McDonald's, who earns $8 a day, $8 an hour, $5 an hour, compared to someone who is a manager, director, who has a bigger responsibilities, who have more headache doing complicated things, make bigger decisions. Of course, you can't compare both of them. Of course, these people who manages a lot of people under them, who have a better more responsibilities, higher responsibilities than just doing clerical work, of course earns more, of course deserves more. And that's what I'm talking about, that deserving factor. That person increases their deserving factor. So if these people who works in McDonald's, they can always increase their income, they can always earn more if they increase their deserving factor by increasing their level of awareness. You see? If they want it, then it's a matter of wanting it. Most people, they don't want it. That's why they are just too complacent in their current situation. They think that they want, but in their heart they don't. They only think, they assume that they want it, but they don't do what it takes. They don't read books, they don't study, they don't learn. They keep on watching TVs, they keep on watching, they keep on hanging around and just do nothing. You see, after their work, they just relax and just do whatever that entertains them. They don't go through that hardship of taking the right effort, taking hours of effort to achieve their dreams. Same goes with those who want to lose weight. How can you compare yourself sitting in front of the TV for hours every day compared to someone who goes to the gym every day and really sweat themselves, work out, sitting on the treadmill or bicycle and trying to exercise as much as they could, doing hours of cardio, doing hours of weightlifting, and trying to reduce themselves in taking processed food, some delicious processed food, reduce themselves, reduce their sugar level intake. Now, those things are hard to do. Going through Atkins diet, those things are just hard to do. You have to sacrifice a lot of things. You have to sacrifice a lot of food that you love. But you are trying to qualify yourself. When you do those things, when you sacrifice those things, you are trying to qualify yourself, trying to deserve, to increase that deserving factor in order to achieve what you want. And when you have lose certain weight, when you've accomplished your goal, then you will remember that it's not easy. You need to do it consistently. You need to control your food intake consistently, your sugar level consistently, in order to get what you want. So there's a lot of sacrification that you need to make. If you want to increase your income, you need to learn about finance. You need to learn about how to manage your money very well. You need to learn how to generate passive income from zero, from scratch, rather than try to look negative upon other people and try to think negative upon them by thinking that, oh, they are lucky because their parents give them money to start their business and I don't. I'm just not lucky. I'm just not as lucky as them. No. That is just an ordinary kind of mindset. That's not a billionaire mindset. If you want to have a billionaire mindset, that's what I learned. Step one, you have to deserve it. Something that you have to work on. You see, a lot of billionaires that you can see right now, they don't possess their wealth through their ancestors, through their parents. You can take those self-made billionaires and take them as a direct and a good example. That is a very, very good example. If they can, then why can't you? That's why you need to ask yourself, what are the values that I give in this world in order to get what I want? You don't have to think of becoming a billionaire. I'm not just talking about money here, but if I were to talk about if money is your main concern, then just as good as getting your first 5,000 a month, getting your first 10,000 a month, getting your first 100,000 a month. It's just as simple as getting that before proceeding further, before advancing. You see, you need to ask yourself that kind of value. What are the values that you give? The more values I give to more people in this world, then the more you deserve in getting what you want. If you want 100,000, then you have to deserve 100,000. And that you have to increase the level of awareness in ways of how to help more people, even more people, add immense value to this world. You see? And there is a way, there is a method, there is a strategy to it. But the first foundational things that you need to have, that you need to implant in your head, is in order for you to have the right mindset, in order to start anything that you want, in order to start doing anything that you want, to achieve your dreams, to achieve your goals, you need to increase your level of awareness as one of your first intangible things that you need to have in order to increase your deserving factor, in order to increase probability of achieving what you want. Okay? Because you're not going to get it easily. It's just as simple as that. You have to deserve it and you have to do it. But the problem with most people is that they take the wrong actions. So how do you take the right one? How do you at least try to learn to take the right one so that you can eliminate the mistakes by simply learning from other people's mistakes? That's the thing that you need to understand. In order to get what you want, you have to deserve what you want, because the world is not yet a crazy enough place to reward a whole bunch of undeserving people. Once you increase your level of awareness, then you will increase the level of knowledge that you should acquire. Which books that you should read. Once you have picked a book, once you have chose certain books that you want to read in order to acquire, in order to increase your knowledge, then you have to ask yourself, is that worth it? Is it worth a damn? You need to ask yourself. Don't just simply read. Choose the kind of materials, the kind of knowledge that you want to acquire now in order to achieve your goals soon. As soon as you want it. Okay? You don't just do nothing without planning. You have to ask yourself the right knowledge and implement the right strategies with consistent action. So I think that's all for now. This is what I've learned from this first step, from this 67 steps from Tai Lopez, and I hope you do learn something out of this video. And do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you feel, if you want to be alert, if you want to be notified on my other videos that I'll be sharing next. And thanks for watching. Thank you and have a great day.